Tansei, my name is Blake Desjarlais, the proud member of Parliament for Edmonton and Griesba, representing the New Democratic Party. I ran for political office because I wanted to help people, regular people that I knew in my community. I didn't grow up with a lot of money, didn't grow up with a lot of fancy things, and I noticed that a lot of people in my community also felt that same way. But I also thought that maybe there's a way that we can fight back, we can make a difference, we can make the material conditions better, housing, education, healthcare, and so that's why I ran. I just got here, and I think, speaking to my colleagues, we've done a pretty historic thing bringing in dental care. The largest expansion of Canada's basic, universally publicly administered healthcare is dental care. And what that means for me is huge. I didn't grow up with, insured benefits, and so I went without getting dental care, and I lived without some of my teeth. And so it's a huge impact to children, it's a huge impact on one's life. I'm happy to know that I have benefits here at this place, where I'm able to get my teeth fixed, but I just think that's something that all Canadians deserve. People motivate me. People are imperfect. We make imperfect systems, and people can fix those systems. Because if we don't start, those systems can continue to do damage. And we're living, over 150 years now in Canada, and I think we've heard of many of the problems in our country, but it takes a different kind of courage to be able to want to fix them. So when I became an MP, I learned how slow that this place could really be. And part of that slowness could be a deterrent, could be a demotivation, almost send people to nihilism. But it's actually a situation where you can, if you have the will, the political will, can get things done, extraordinary, remarkable things, like dental care, the banning of conversion therapy, and our work on reconciliation. February 14th, on Valentine's Day, something I was able to do across party lines with every major party in this country was to create Canada's first ever 2S LGBTQI caucus. And I'm the co-chair of that caucus, along with Senator Rene Cormier. And this is the first multi-party, nonpartisan caucus to address a really important issue in our country, which is the rights of 2S LGBTQI folks. As the first Two-Spirit member of Parliament, it was one of my personal mandates to help folks in our community get the kind of recognition they need, but also the kind of protection of rights right across the board that's needed. And that involves working across party lines. The biggest challenges to democracy today are the barriers between people. We used to be a country of persuaders, a country where we would bring our ideas to the table and we would debate those ideas, and we debate them with fact. Today, Canada is in a unique situation. With the pandemic still in the rearview mirror, but not that far, we're living in a time where people are really isolated, and they may be looking to information that would not otherwise be the information that they traditionally sought in community, with one another, with neighbors. And we need to get to a point where we need to encourage people to reach out, to talk to one another, talk about the issues that matter most to them, because they'll find, I think, that most people do think alike, and most Canadians are good people and want to actually see our systems get stronger and better. But the forces that are seeking to divide us really seek to divert our attention away from where the real problems may be. The next generation is the most equipped generation to deal with the problems we have today. Whether it's climate change, reconciliation, or even just understanding who we are as people, we've never had a generation more courageous. And when I mean that, I mean to say there's examples. Autumn Pelche, right here in Canada. There's Greta Thunberg. There's remarkable young people who are leading the charge on not just the work to save our planet, but to ensure that young people are at the table, something that we haven't heard in a long time. I owe part of my credit to young people. Getting elected was because young people wanted to see, in a place like Alberta, that a progressive person can be elected. And they went out, they door knocked, they talked to their neighbors, and they convinced people, regular people, that giving young people a chance at the table can in fact make everyone's lives better. If I could share a piece of advice with my 16-year-old self, it would be keep going. When I was 16, like many Indigenous youth, we're told the opposite. We're told, get out of the way. You're not welcome here, you're not wanted here. And in my short time in this world, I've seen that change. I've seen Canadians, for the first time, look at us, turn around and see the people that they may have left behind, and realize that there's a great unique strength there, a kind of strength that if those 16-year-olds, including myself, keep going, the blooming of that flower can truly happen and make all the whole country more beautiful.